Hi there and welcome. So glad that you've joined us today for the Art of Encouragement. I'm Nick Patterson, my co-host Mark Guy. He may or may not be able to make it this morning. He is signed today. He's signed on with us right now, but hopefully he'll have better connection issues soon. Wow, what a week. What a week of you encouraging us. The book, as you know, last week it was just released before we thought it would be. And your encouragement and your support has meant the world to us. When we hear how the book touches you, it allows us to know that our stories are authentic. It allows us to know that there's a reason behind our drive and our call to encourage others, because that's what we're seeing is that the world needs encouragement. People all over every single day, it's like they walk through life and sometimes they feel like they're so alone. And even when they're surrounded by lots of people, they feel like they really don't matter. But you matter, they matter, we all matter. And if we could help remind each other of that, it would be amazing. It looks like Mark Guy is joining us. He is here. He's in the flesh. Awesome. Hello, Mark. Let's see here. Your sound is not coming through, Mr. Mark.
Oh, I said, hello, my friend.
Hello. I was just talking about what a week it's been. You know, the book launch that we were supposed to have this Tuesday was pushed back a few days. And what an adventure we've had. What do you feel like, Mark, over this last week of hearing from people that intersected with us? What are your thoughts? I'm going to spotlight you.
Thank you for the spotlight. I appreciate that. Let me just make sure I'm here. Hold on. So this is an exciting. Can you see me? Can you see my screen, or can you see me? I don't know.
I can.
Okay, I want to make sure. Anyway, this is such an exciting time in our lives, Nick. You know, as I have said before, I always try to write a book. I have been talking about writing a book with everyone who was willing to listen. I even one of my friends have wrote on my timeline saying that, oh, I remember you and I were talking at this Catapult meeting built years ago, and now here you are writing this book. And I can't even remember having this conversation, but I do remember talking about writing the book with so many people over the years, and it just never came to be. It just shows to you that when time is right, no matter what you do, it will happen. And it cannot happen without all of the people in our lives, all of the encouragers, all of the mentors, all of the friends. We encourage each other. So I feel a lot of emotions. I want to have this book in the hands of everyone I know. I'm going to be reaching out to say, hey, remember we had this conversation? Conversation. Forgive me. We had this conversation 15 years ago about you encouraging me about writing the book, and you were so like, Mark, you can do it. Well, here it is. Here's the book, and I want you to have it and tell me what you think. So, yeah.
Awesome. It feels like to me that when these big events in our lives take place, those defining moments like us writing a book, that we have the number of encouragers around us that we need to really step over that finish line. Think about that. Never before had that same group of people poured their hearts into you and encouraged you to the point that encouragement became a catalyst from thought and vision to a tangible product that we hold. That's so cool to me. It's so cool to me.
It is, and hopefully this work that we have released to the world will only grow, will touch more people, and most of all, I feel that it will inspire others to complete some kind of work in their life. So
Right.
whether that's starting a new business, or starting a new relationship, or starting a new level of life, because I feel that there's so many people. I mean, you and I, we work with people, right? I mean, people is a big part of what we do, and we hold people dear. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I got to change my life. I got to do this. I got to do that," and nothing happens. Nothing happens,
Right.
and
Right.
it happens because of the way that maybe they made choices, or somebody have told them wrong information. Sometimes it's their fault, sometimes it's not their fault, but I
Right.
think your choice is your choice. You can make a difference. You can change your life today. And as you know, Nick, I've been traveling the world. I've been going from different countries and continents, and just giving myself the opportunity to really grow and really dig into learning. I mean, I stayed in one place for so many years. I didn't write a book, and then I started traveling. And look, the book is out. So this is what it tells you: you gotta move your body, move your mind. You gotta move it in
Yes.
order to move something in your life. So yeah,
I
make a
love
change.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And to know that now then we have, just a representation of those times where we felt that call, that desire to pick up a pen or to get out, for me it's Pages in Mac that I write a lot in, just for us to do that intentionally, and then to see such a community. I think that's what I'm seeing emerge from this, is a community of encouragers who themselves need encouragement at times. That's
I think yes and yes and yes. You know, you're right. People want to belong. They want to belong to something. They want to belong to something that they believe. And this phrase is coming up in my mind, in the waves of my mind. A mentor told me. I think she learned it from someone. Said that we're all just here walking each other home. People want to come to a home, whether that's a physical home, a spiritual home, some kind of home there where they feel like they want to belong. And people, this is why I love Toastmasters. You and I, we met at Toastmasters. A lot of people ask me like, Mark, where'd you meet Nick? Tell me. And I said, well, how much time do you have? Okay, short story, Toastmasters.
there
And
you go.
at Toastmasters has a lot of great qualities, a lot of great people. It attracts high caliber of people. Toastmasters International has so many different countries, so many different chapters and all over the world. It's that's where you and I met, and this is where we started connecting.
And do you remember that first project we were working on? We didn't get to quite finish it, but we were working on a project that encouraged other people. That it was called Toast Tank, if you'll recall. And we were working with those who had dreams of entrepreneurship to help them take their dream from just, oh, that would be a nice idea,
Mhm.
to reality.
Yeah.
And the person that won that particular event, that contest we did, um, since she's been diagnosed with cancer and has been battling that, but she has also wrote a couple of books.
She
And
did.
she did. Her name's Deborah Burns. And I think she had even authored one book before then, but I've just been watching her be resilient, be a fighter. And those are the people that kind of identify with us, that regardless of what you're going through, you can do anything if you have the right support around you. And
Right
you
support. Yeah.
can. You can.
Yeah.
Anyone watching this today, if you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a goal, it is never, ever too late to make that goal happen, to put that into effect. Create your goal, create actionable, easy steps, and you can make it happen. In our group, the Art of Encouragement, I always ask for pictures. People will say, well, I need help doing this. I want to see, because I always, when they say they're going to do that, it's like I can vision that person that wrote that accomplishing whatever that they said they need to accomplish. And I want to see the photo, not to just say, hey, look, the art of encouragement works, but because I really want to see if what I vision for them matches up at all with the little, with the picture in my mind with reality. And, it's so important that when people say, I want to do this, that we don't list barriers. Oh, well, you can't do that. Well, someone else has already done that. We hear that voice, that nagging voice that says you can't, you're not good enough. They're never going to like you. They're never going to read your book. And just this week, I've been approached by people that saw us go through it. And they said, hey, if those knuckleheads can do it, I think I might can do it.
Exactly.
And we want to
Exactly.
help them. We want to help. If you're thinking about writing a book, about doing a TEDx talk, any of those big goals you have, Mark and I want to help you. We want to leverage our creativity, our expertise with helping you. If you've got a plan to start a business, if you've got a plan to give a TEDx talk, if you want to write a book, if you want to do an album, a music album, we've been there now. We've done those things, and we know the best practices, because you can learn from things we learned from, and you don't have to repeat those steps that didn't work for us. And I'm not meaning to advertise there like that, but because our business is encouraging others, our book is encouraging others, our lives are encouraging others. That's what it's all about. And what do you think, Mark? Someone else asked me about, I mentioned it to you earlier in the week. Somebody said, well, are you going to come out with like an art of encouragement for teachers? That was the first question. And that I said, well, let's get this one finished first. But other people are already sowing in visions and encouragement to us as we're encouraging them. It's a cyclical process. So,
definitely teachers need encouragement 100%. Moms, dads, community workers, social workers, everyone needs encouragement. Every person who has a heart needs an encouragement. Absolutely. So let's say once this project kind of grows and revolves, absolutely. And like you said, we do have deep expertise and deep access to resources where we can help you secure TEDx talk, prepare so you can perform and shine and leverage it. And also, in addition to that, with the book writing and promotion as well, and as well as creating a signature talk and also helping you promote your voice. I believe that, and this is going into speaking, communicating, one of the best ways to reach your audience, whether you're building a business or building a following, is to step up to the mic or the camera and start speaking, because it's very efficient, right? Because people hear your voice, they say yes or no. They say yes, they start listening, and then you, as a craftful speaker, have to engage your audience, keep them curious, ask them to take action, and we can teach you that from start to finish. And then it's very effective. It's supremely effective. That's why all the great leaders of the world are great speakers, and it's within reach. It's effective, it's efficient, it helps you connect, it builds credibility, it builds your professional brand, and it's also so much fun. It's like, even if you introvert, oh no, I gotta stay home, I don't want to meet people and do people-y things. Well, okay, you can still be a great speaker. In fact, introverts make just as great impressions as a speaker as extroverts. So it's a misnomer thinking that introverts not are good speakers. They're amazing speakers because it's about intellectual firepower.
Absolutely. And I find that they are much more intentional with their words. Introverts more, I'm an extrovert at times.
Yeah.
And, and I feel myself going into that mode of, oh, hi, even if I'm not feeling that way at times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
introverts, you are able really to dive into that content.
Hmm.
And if they're passionate enough about a project to speak on it, it's their heart's project. If they're willing to get up there and overcome social anxiety, stage fright, all of those things, that, yeah, they, this means a lot to them.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love encouraging those people. I really do.
Yeah,
And
it's we are. It's like some people said, bloom where you plant it. And this reminds me of a great quote by Mr. Nick Morgan. He's a speechwriter and a professor, and he said that we can persuade with passion. Your passion. Sometimes when you, let's say, if you're an entrepreneur, you're asking for funding. You know, everyone else has a great presentation. Everyone else has a great matrix, has a great projections, but everyone has a team, an idea. But if you have passion, sometimes when everything else is equal, your passion will push you through. It will push you through to the next level. Your passion will speak volumes, and people respond to passion because you stand a little bit more different. Your voice is a little bit more different. Passion is not necessarily created, but it can be explored and unearthed. So it can be nurtured to this fiery passion to be on stage and just the way you present. And when you speak in passion in your zone of genius, it's so hard to look away. You want people like, okay, tell me more. No, please don't stop speaking. Please tell me more, because there's so many people that, as you know, I think our society is deteriorating. There's signs everywhere, right? People don't respect. The values are being deteriorated. And when you meet somebody who is passionate and who is respectful and who is considerate, you take notice. You're like, wow, this is somebody I want to be with. I want to be like, and I want to be in that zone. Absolutely.
how would you encourage people to develop that zone, or to develop that essence that sets them apart as a speaker, as an author, as a communicator in general? How, if someone feels like they don't have that spark out, how do you think that they could work on that and really listen to themselves and be have a positive self-critique where they understand what they're doing well, but also their growth points? Not everything is great, not everything is horrible, but to be able to assess themselves honestly, as a starting point. What do you think the best process for someone getting into that kind of paradigm shift would be?
Mm. Well, as you know, there's as many people, as many strategies. What I find most effective is connecting to someone's goals and find out what they really want. And then they tell you like, oh, I want this. I say, no, what do you really want? And say, oh, okay, nobody asked me that. Okay, what do you really want? And just stay in that space. No judgment, no interrupting, just let them share. And then say, okay, this is what you really want. Let's work on making that reality. Let's suspend judgment. Let's suspend obstacles. Let's suspend all the let's see how we can make this happen.
Right.
And when they suspend judgment, when they suspend all those limiting beliefs, you think, okay, so now we can follow through, because everyone can nurture skills of confidence. I have trained executives, I have trained moms, entrepreneurs, athletes, everyone, from all over the world. And what I find is the biggest probably catalyst for their exponential growth is increasing confidence. When they increase in confidence, they can take on more risks, they reinforce the skills. And just working with people on increasing their confidence. And how we do it? Well, you have to ask us privately or in our group how we do it, because it's different for everyone. The way we're different is it's custom made for each, for each speaker, each project. So what works for you may not work for the next person. We work on your confidence,
Right.
your growth that is custom to you, that challenges you, that makes you grow. You may not like going through the growth process, but you're gonna love the results. You're gonna love the person you have become. And I know there's value in it. And that value is giving me confidence, and to you as well as a mentor, that it does work.
Absolutely. And I know my own mentee relationship with you previously, one of the things that we really explored there were those goals and then doing the trajectories. And, and that's why I want to partner with you, Mark, is because it worked. It worked well. And that confidence, imagine someone just out of prison that was going to be happy to wash dishes, when I was in actual prison. That's what I thought I would be, just to be able to do something. And I would be happy doing that. But I'm even happier doing what we're able to do and all of the things that have happened. And without that encouragement from you and from so many other people, there's no way we would be sitting here having this conversation. So, before, I would have devalued the role of a coach or the role of mentoring, and oh, I can just take little pieces from here and there. I can do it myself. But working with a mentor, especially a mentor like you, gave me a confidant, gave me a safe space, gave me a place to increase my confidence, gave me a place to really set a list of attainable goals and objectives. And then you pressing me on that. We often don't know what we need to do. And the way you helped me get a podcast strategy going, you didn't contact them for me, but you gave me the tools. And anyone going through the process with us is going to be able to apply this same framework with other people. And again, we're talking all about our other thing today, but that's part of this. We want to encourage people. We want to see people go from point A to point B. And if you need help getting there, reach out to us. It doesn't matter if you just want to get your driver license. We will work out a plan with you to get your driver's license. If you want to get a PhD and you don't have a GED, we can set up a plan and help you without it being overwhelming. Take it in bite-sized chunks so that you're able to trust the process. And that's what I absolutely love. So as we're encouraging others, and you can tell we're dreaming on the air right now as well, as we're thinking about the folks that that we work with as well, and hoping we'll work with some of you. But I'm just encouraged by everything going on right now, Mark. So many good things. Getting married next week. Next 1 week from today is our wedding. The book coming out. I released another little book this week about playing the piano. Knick Knack Creative has some fantastic new partnerships. I'm encouraged. I really am encouraged. And I believe that it's contagious. I believe it's contagious, because if my life can turn around and it is not me doing all of this, all the things that I've been blessed to do, I believe it's the Lord, and I believe it's the encouragement of other people that have helped me to achieve what I have in a short period of time. And there are bad days, there are good days, but the encouragement helps the bad days be bearable, and it helps the good days be even sweeter. And I know that you probably, being across the world and that sort of thing, sometimes you might miss here, even though it's not really, it's not where you grew up and everything. It's been your home for quite some time. So how do you deal with that? Do you allow people to encourage you, or do you're like, no, I'll think about it later?
That's a great question, Nick. I am an explorer like you. I
Mhm.
love to go to new places and new challenges. Um, I always have been. I always, I am the firstborn in my family. I was born on November 1st. So it's 11, 11, 11, and a firstborn. So it's a number one is all in my, birth chart, if you are into that. So, I'm the pioneer. I always have been. And I think you cannot be afraid because, this is your life and this is what my life is. I'm like, okay, this is the download I get. Okay. So I have to be on the mission. So I always think of myself as a mission, like this is my mission. This is my mission, um, you have to, this is just my approach. This is my mission. And I want to make it a fun mission, like a step by step, like a sequence. Okay, it's the next sequence. I want to keep playing. I want to keep in that mission. So yeah, I'm encouraged. I'm also very patient and very strategic. So I understand things takes time. So if you are watching us right now, you're thinking like, there's no way I'm going to write a book. I don't even know where to start. I have a, like a allergy on writing. I don't have an attention span, but I dream about having a book because I dream about leaving a legacy, or I dream about highlighting all the people who have helped me along the way, or I dream about leaving the legacy for my kids. But I don't know where to start. Well, we are a team. We are very expert oriented, we're results oriented. We can help you because we have done it. We're very strategic. We know the steps. But your question was about me. How do I find encouragement? I, at my core, Nick, I'm very, very humble and very honorable. I feel, like I stand by my word. I'm very, like basic stuff, like foundational. Keep your word. Mean what you say and say what you mean. And be a good human. I think and live with honor.
That's
And
it.
no matter where you are in the world, you will be okay, because people respond to that. You walk differently. They sense that they can trust you. You and I, we had deep and continuous conversations about trust, in our work together. I think it's about people trusting you, people trusting me, and you trusting others.
That's it.
And yeah, for me, I'm very patient and I'm very strategic.
Absolutely. It's funny, we're talking about trust, and it's almost a journey of trust. With my nonprofit, we call our journey together a pilgrimage of trust. And it really is sometimes a pilgrimage. It's that first time going into a place you've never been. And
Yeah.
most people have never been able to trust, but we need to make that first journey there to allow our own lives to open up. We have to trust other people.
Absolutely. Trust yourself, trust others, because you have tried everything else and it's not working, and it's never going to work. It's never going to work. You have to leap. You have to leap. You have to leap, because if you don't leap, you'll stay in the same place. And I just got to tell you, Nick, when I say these words, I recall like this, not hundreds, but dozens and dozens and dozens of coaching clients that when they first came, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm this, this put together person, but I'm just so terrified of speaking or communicating. And I'm like, okay. And I, roll up my sleeves. Okay, let's get started. All right, lesson one. It's about, just encouraging others to show up with confidence. You have to take a leap. And once you take a leap, I have seen a lot of my students leap over me, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're like so high. Like, oh wow, I remember when we first started. And that's the great pleasure that when your coachees or students leap over, and they just go higher and higher. And I think that's an amazing feeling. I don't feel any what is it called, ill will. I encourage them. I said, I want you to succeed far beyond anything you have imagined, and I mean it 100%. And people, they're like, yes, this is the person I want to work with, this is the team that I trust, like you and I. And I said, I really want to I want you to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Let's make it happen.
That's awesome. What a great way to end our show today, Mark. Let's keep on encouraging people. If you haven't seen the book, check it out on Kindle. I don't even think you have to pay anything to do a sneak preview on Kindle. But after then, please purchase our book, share it with friends and family members. It will be the perfect gift for the person that has everything. They can be encouraged to get rid of some of their stuff. So give them a book, The Art of Encouragement, because they don't have one of those yet. So it's not ever too early. Christmas in July just passed. So now's the time to be thinking about those holiday purchases. Wow, I feel like a telemarketer, so we're going to get off of here.
You are doing amazing, my friend. I'm encouraging you real time.
Well, thank you so much. And we will see you all later. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.